You got to see my face for the first time? I'm just kidding. And now you're going to learn how to do a card trick. So first of all, of course, you have to have a deck of cards. And then, so you're going to put 4 rows. Okay, so you're going to put out 4 cards, as you can kind of see. So you're going to put out 4 cards. It doesn't matter what cards there are. Now you're going to put 3 cards under each card. And try to keep it in a square because it's easier to tell. So it doesn't matter what's at the top, what's at the bottom, because it's just all, it's not really all luck, it's just, which they can tell like pretty easily how you do it, but okay, so once you've done that, so you can pause it and put all those cards out into 4x4. Okay, so now you're gonna ask them to pick one of these rows, and it's gonna be one. Each row has to have a number. So row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. And it has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or that's how I do it. So once they pick a row, let's say they pick row 2. So you take the cards and you just pile them up, and so put the row 1 cards off to this, or like right next to you. I bet I'm doing this wrong. And then you're gonna pick the row 2 cards, and you're gonna put this on the other side of you. And then you're gonna put all the cards by the row 1 card. So row 3, then row 4. You don't have to worry about these cards now. Just gonna leave them there. And then you're gonna take the whatever row they picked, so row 2 cards, and you're gonna lay them out across the top. And now you're gonna take all the other cards and just put them under them, but just focus on the top. And make sure they remember their card, because sometimes they can forget and it can completely mess up the trick. Okay, so remember, whichever row they picked, you gotta put those cards across the top. Okay, I just have to rearrange this so I can. Okay. Okay, so my cat is playing with the cards. Okay, so now you ask her, what row is it in? Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. And then whichever row it is, the top card, the card you put, so let's say it's row 4, then it's Ace of Spades. Row 3, it's the Joker. Row 2, Queen, and then row 1, Jack is their card. So let's say they pick row 1. So you pile them up, and then make sure you keep the Jack up the top. This is the part where you have to make sure these cards up here, they stay at the top. So you pile them up. Oops. You just put them at the top. Okay, so now you're going to remember the pile it is in. So you set out these piles in front of you, and remember, they chose row 1, and so it's Jack. So you put row 1 first, row 2 second, row 3 third, row 4 fourth. So then you lay them out. You ask them to pick 2 piles of cards. So let's say they pick this one and this one. Then you keep them, and then you throw these away. Well, not literally, but just don't use those. Now let's say they pick these 2. Then you gotta remember the pile your card is in. Just make sure to keep it. So let's say they pick these 2. So they didn't pick your card. So you pull these 2 back. You take these 2 and just make them back into a neat little pile. And now you ask them to pick one of these cards, one of these 2 piles. So you pick this one, put it off to the side. And now, remember what's at the bottom? that card. So now you're gonna ask him to pick one of these 4 cards, or 2 of these. Dang it, one of these 4 cards. So they pick your card. Then you're gonna have to put that out, and then you're gonna ask him to pick 2 more. It won't matter what 2. You just have to keep your card at the bottom. And then if they do not pick your card, if they pick like this, then you just throw that card out, and then you're gonna. By the way, it doesn't matter which way they pick. You just gotta make sure the card you know is theirs that stays at the bottom. So now you ask them to hold out a fist, and then you put the cards in there. This doesn't always work because sometimes they hold it a bit too tight. But then you have them hold it out, and then ask them to hold it really tight, but put like the corner of it in, kind of. And then now, like, even watch this. This probably won't stay in, or it will stay in. So hold them out a fist, and then you're gonna slap it, but make sure they hold it really tight. Now, if all of the cards come out, then that means they were doing something wrong. Don't be mad at yourself, but you can just pick up the cards and shuffle through and be like, is this your card? And then blah, 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 and then, okay. But if it does work, is this your card? So that is how the trick works.
We're just running out again, so see you guys in peace.